Hey everybody, this is me, Laura. I am doing the chart here of the Festival Colombiano that is going to be on Sunday, July 24th, 2022. So I wanted to talk about it. I said that I was going to be talking about the chart and looking at the red flags of what I see. I just want to put a disclaimer out there that this is not to intend to bring any fear or anything like that, but it's just to bring in awareness and give people the opportunity to decide if they want to attend the festival or not. And if you are going to be attending the festival, to just have awareness of some of the things that can happen. So this is a predictive Horary chart here, and Horary charts are event charts. So this is not like your birth chart or nothing. It's similar to it, but this is an event chart, which is called Horary because um, it is predicted within an hour. So um, I was looking at it and I wanted to talk about it only for the fact that I've seen a couple of red flags here that I feel needed to be addressed and needed for Latinos, Hispanics that are going to be attending the festival to kind of be aware of some of the things, the red flags that I see here. Um, if you can tell, not everybody knows how to read a chart, mm, but some of the things here that I notice here is well, first of all, Jupiter is going to be in Aries. Okay, so we know that Aries symbolize is ruled by Mars, and a lot of times it symbolizes gunfire and war and action. It is what it is, and it's at an 8 degree. Okay, 8 degree is the number of Scorpio. It's a degree of Scorpio, and we know Scorpio is related to deaths. So what I don't like about it is that it's sitting on the sixth house. If you notice the box here, number six, it's sitting on there, which is enemies. And so it's making a square here to Hades here up here in Cancer, where it's in the box number 9, that's the ninth house. And we see it at 11 degrees in Hades, which can be evil, right? And it has to do, it's in Cancer. So this has to do with families. So families in the ninth house, which rules countries, people from other countries, families from other countries. So what it's telling me here is it doesn't have to be an Aries. It could just be somebody with the qualities of an Aries that, might, unfortunately, I have to say it, it might bring some guns into the facility and start shooting people. This is what it is here. It is what it is, okay? They square each other. So that's one big red flag that I seen because we're talking about enemies here, and then ninth house has to do with countries, which would be like Colombianos or any other Hispanics. The sun is going to be in Leo, okay? It's going to be at 1 degree of Aries. So we're going to have Aries, we're going to have Mercury, and I believe that is Zeus. Let me look here. 1 second here. It is, no, it's volcanoes. Okay, so basically here, how do I make this bigger? I'm just learning how to use this program here. There we go. There we go. Okay, so basically here, what we see here, volcanoes is it's actually no, it's actually making a trine. Yeah. Oh, but I was talking about Leo. That's what I was talking about. So we have volcanoes here, and we got the sun. Um, Let's go back. Okay. So we're going to have the sun, we're going to have Mercury, and we are going to have volcanoes. Volcanoes is an asteroid, and they're all going to be in Leo. And volcanoes is an asteroid of leadership. It is of taking action. It is of pretty much, it's like it's spelled like volcano, which the volcano erupts, and it's somebody that is fearless. It's a leader that's fearless. It's a leader that doesn't care, will just take action, doesn't really think about consequences. It's just a doer. And so when it's in Leo, it's even more courageous. So we're having the sun, we're having Mercury, we're communicating a lot about um, royalty, courage. We're communicating a lot about pride and confidence. We're feeling more confident. We're just, having fun with the sun, at an Aries degree. And so we have here, and it's making trines here to Jupiter. So the sun and Jupiter are in harmony. Okay, they're harmoniously trining together, which meaning they're just getting along with ease. Okay, so when you have Jupiter and the sun, that's a lot of brightness there. That's a lot of confidence and celebrations and fun. And we're communicating also with Mercury, also coming to a trine with Jupiter. So and it's all in the 10th house of status and communication. I kind of see this as far as, communicating like, oh, Colombianos, and, taking selfies and stuff like that with Jupiter, and it's really great for marketing. It's really great for marketing. Just the only thing that I see here is that, I see it was square here with the ninth house. Okay, so the ninth house here in Cancer, with Hades, it might be other type of families that are not, I mean, usually those type of festivals. I've been to that festival, and everybody gets along. You go there and you kind of feel Colombian for a day. You know what I mean? And it's really fun and everything. And I just don't like the Hades there in Cancer. It has to do with children, and it has to do with evil. It is what it is. Hades is an evil, and it's at 11 degrees of Aquarius, so it has something to do with technology. Um, Maybe bringing in some, um, something to do with technology. Something, I don't know. You might lose your phone, like I said. You might lose your phone, or um, but I just don't like it. I don't like that Jupiter's at eighth degree of Scorpio. It's death, and it's transformation as well. But when it's coming to square with Hades, which is an evil asteroid, I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. And so that's a major red flag for me there. But the sun's going to get along with Jupiter. Mercury's going to get along with Jupiter, how we communicate. And volcanoes is about being brave, and trining with Jupiter. So that's good there. The fourth house here, the pretty much, and so the sixth house can be the location of where it's going to be, and it's in Jupiter in Aries. The fourth house here, this is pretty much like ancestors. Is usually the home. It can also be the facility there of, what they call home, of where they are at the moment. So we got Saturn in Aquarius here at 23 degrees. It's making a square to all of this Taurus here in the seventh house. Okay, so it has Mars, Uranus, and it has the North Node. And so, yeah, and it's squaring all of that in Taurus there. Seventh house of relationships, in Mars. And so it's bringing a challenge here to Saturn. Okay, so This is, this challenge also between Saturn and Uranus. Saturn is the one that pumps the brakes, and Uranus, what Uranus does is, Uranus wants to go, 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 and it wants to have fireworks, and then it wants to shock people, and it wants to surprise people and stuff. But Saturn is pretty limiting, where, it also rules police, which in a way is good because, you need plenty of police to be in the facility. So, to keep the place secured and for the people to feel safe, families to feel safe. But when it's squaring, it's squaring, and it's in Aquarius, that again, it has to rule with technology, right? And so it is making a square to relationships in Taurus. Um, I don't know what type of people they've invited or anybody, but Taurus, I usually see them like Hispanic. I see them like Mexicans, but I don't think there's any problems with that, as far as races or anything goes. But it is in the seventh house of relationships. Okay, so this just tells me, I don't know. I don't really want to think about it, but because I guess I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. When I see a lot of tourists like this, it could be like cartels and stuff like that. Um, and the reason I say that is because the moon's gonna be in Gemini. So the moon's gonna be in Gemini, and that is making, where's that? The moon in Gemini is gonna be in the eighth house. Again, the eighth house of death, of other people's money, contracts, of wills, inheritance. Um, and Gemini is a sign of fun. There's going to be a lot of the energy of like, ooh, let's go dancing and let's go have fun and this and this. It also rules money, other people's money. And I had mentioned that, you know, people could, get their wallets stolen and money stolen somehow. They're having so much fun. They misplace it somewhere. You're not going to find a wallet there. Okay. You're not going to get it returned. And where's Neptune and Pisces? We got it. Yeah, so it's making here a square to Neptune and Pisces. So the moon in Gemini is making a challenge to Neptune and Pisces. What does Neptune and Pisces rule? It rules deception. It rules lies, right? It's lies, deception, illusion, fogginess. Um, it rules drugs. It rules alcoholism, right? Especially in Pisces, it's in its home there. And here in Pico Rivera, it's going to be in the fifth house. Okay, the fifth house is the fifth house of gambling. It is of fun. It is of children. It is of, having the inner child, of wanting to dance and wanting to have fun, right? So there is a square that means that it's bringing a challenge to the moon in Gemini in the eighth house of endings, of money, other people's money, right? So this one is a no-brainer as far as the eighth house and the fifth house, something to do with children and something to do with and I don't know. I just honestly, I'm looking at the chart and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. There's too much death stuff here, money, endings, and um, the 12th house here we have it at Libra. Okay, Libra and Zeus, which, Zeus is energy of Jupiter, which is lucky, and it's at 21 degrees here of Sagittarius, which rules countries, and it's in the 12th house. So this is about secrets, it's about endings, it's about jails, mental institutions, um, the occult, anything hidden. It could also be drugs, okay? Enemies as well. And it's in Libra at a degree of countries. Okay, so there's something hidden there, and it's making a square to Pluto in Capricorn at 27 degrees of Gemini. So, and in the third house of communication. So there's something that's being communicated. The 12th house is something that's hidden, and the third house is something that is being communicated. So maybe something is being communicated, you know, with Pluto in Capricorn retrograde, something to do with control. I don't know. I see this like a lot of fights. I see a lot of fights here. I see a lot of drunk people. Um, I see the cops being involved. I see a lot of the cops being involved. It's just a no-brainer. This chart is like, I don't know. It's just, there's too many red flags. There's too many squares. Now, hmm, yeah, there's too many squares here. And what's important for me is the sixth house because that's where the location's at, and that's going to be Jupiter. So Jupiter is going to be making favorable aspects to the sun. To me, if I would go for a little bit and then be there for a couple hours and then leave. You know what I mean? Like don't stay there till late at night or anything like that because first of all it's going to be packed, but there's going to be a lot of secret stuff, a lot of mm, I don't like it. We have too many retrogrades. We have a retrograde here in Pluto. We have it in Saturn. Um, we have it in Neptune. And let's see. I think that's it, right? Yeah, we haven't had any Uranus yet. And so that's a lot of retrogrades, of the past. And but when I think about the past, it wasn't this dark, you know what I mean? But when you have a lot of the things of the past coming together, um, all at once, and it's all the retrograde, all the past coming at once, it's it gets dark, and so and then plus, we're going through the Pluto return. That's gonna cycle. That's closing up. The Pluto and Capricorn's closing up. So right now, the way I feel is that a lot of people right now are thinking, "Oh, fuck it," you know what I mean? It's gonna be the end of we're ending the Pluto and Capricorn. A lot of people that are into astrology, which is the majority of people, that are into it, um, that have awareness of it, they're like, fuck it, Mm. They do whatever they want to do because it's like it kind of reminds me. I had shared a video from Robert Phoenix where he was talking about China and the problems they're having in China, and they're just like fuck it, you know what I mean? Like they're they're just doing whatever. They don't care, you know what I mean? And I think that's the attitude, and it's not an attitude that we should have, but it's an attitude that is everywhere, only for the simply that Pluto is wrapping up in Capricorn. So a lot of people just don't care about anything, which they should because, there's still police, there's still, enforcements. I'm hearing drugs. I'm hearing drugs. Something about drugs. That was just downloaded to me right now. Um, yeah, we have a lot of activity here. In the chart, we're, eighth house, that's 12 house, eighth house, those are drugs. Those are hidden stuff, occults, um, it surprisingly is making a trine. So, Zeus in Libra is making a trine to the Gemini moon in the eighth house. So, eighth house, 12th house, they're drug houses of hidden knowledge, hidden occults. It could also be um, like witchcraft and stuff like that, spirituality, like dark spirituality. So That could be another thing too. But the location is in the sixth house. That's also the enemy house. So I would just be aware for if it gets too crazy, go for a little bit. Maybe you're gonna go in the daytime and then just kind of, you know, uh, leave in a couple hours. You know what I mean? If it gets too wild. Um, there's a square between Taurus and Aquarius. And there's a lot of Taurus right now. We have Mars, we have Uranus, and we have the North Node, things that are faded, right? At a 19 degree of Libra, which rules justice. It rules also jails and courts and judges and attorneys and stuff. So but it is a fairness and balance and um, honesty, right, in Taurus, in the seventh house of relationships. So, and is making a square to Saturn in Aquarius, in the fourth house. So, there's something about that location and the relationships that are being made there. Um, and then we have, there's a square between Saturn Aquarius and Scorpio in the south node at 19 degrees of justice in the first house. So how we are, how the location in Pico Rivera, they're seen as Scorpio, okay, on their first house. That's their identity, and that's where it is right now, and it's making a challenge to Saturn in Aquarius, okay. So, Saturn rules the police, okay. So it looks like there's going to be a lot of police there. Okay, a lot of enforcement, which is good, um, but a lot of I don't know. It can also go corrupt. I'm just saying, not all cops are good cops. And so there's a challenge here with being like Scorpio. There's a challenge, something to do with justice. So they might go to jail. They might incarcerate a lot of people there. So I don't know. It looks too suspicious. But you know what? I'm not here to scare anybody. If you want to go there and celebrate and have fun, go in the daytime, but just don't get drunk, you know, don't do anything dumb because you're going to end up in jail. I'm going to tell you that right now. Saturn is making a lot of squares. It's making squares to Taurus. It's making squares to Scorpio. Okay, it is making it's trining Zeus in Libra. Okay, which is leadership and yeah, at a degree of not justice, but a degree of countries. But it's something secretive. That's the thing. It's in the 12th house. So whatever this leader here in Libra, it's in the 12th house. So what kind of leader is that? A secret leader? Is he in the occult? What kind of leader is he? Because he's getting along with Saturn. Okay, that's questionable. hmm there's gonna be a lot of pretty women, a lot of sexy women, and a lot of guys are gonna go over there. And I'm just saying, just have fun, but be prepared. Be prepared because shit's gonna go down. We're gonna hear it. We're probably gonna hear it in the news or just something. For the marketing house is in Cancer. Okay, it is in Venus at 8 degrees as well. God, we have so much eight, eight, eight. You know, and so Venus is at 8 degrees of Scorpio. So to me, it tells me the women there are going to be very sexual, very sexy, um, very, without inhibitions, like just, dressing sexy and dancing sexy. And those are the type of women that are going to be there, very Scorpio. Some of them might be like they'll entrance you, and you know, Latinas. And they're going to be from other countries. They're going to be very beautiful and stuff, but it is coming together with Hades, with the evil asteroid. So this could also be like, I hate to say this again, but when I see Hades together with Venus, this just tells me there could be like some rapes. There could, these women are might get so drunk, you know what I mean? Um, that they might get killed, or they might get raped, or they just basically just how they're dancing, or what they're wearing. And I know it's going to be hot. It's going to be a hot day. I'm not saying you got to go all turtleneck or nothing like that. No, dress sexy if you want, but just be aware. If you're going to be around your friends, be around circles and stuff, because this could be like, girls getting drunk and being by themselves and throwing up or something, and some man just kind of fucking going, trying to help her out and shit. He's probably ends up, kidnapping her. We're seeing a lot of women right now being kidnapped, and stuff like that. I don't know. It's in the ninth house there of other countries. So yeah, I don't like it. This chart, I really don't. And I wasn't looking for perfection, because there's no perfect chart. But when you see so many of these red flags, like Saturn's doing squares, you know, Pluto's doing squares, you know, um, and then we have, Uranus squaring also, um, Mars, like just, and then, they're squaring off with Leo. They're all squaring, like it's like they're all squaring each other. Like, it's this angle, that angle, this angle. And squares just mean challenges. So there's a bunch of challenges. I don't know if I could go in here and see. Let me see if I could do this. Um, see if I can. I'm trying to see if I don't know if. Hmm. I was trying to see if maybe it had something here where it can tell me all the squares that are going on, because I usually like to count them. No, this is not going to tell me that. No, I don't think it's going to. I don't think it's going to tell me that. But if we look at here, okay, we have one square there. Let me see if I can count it. Okay, so we have. Where did it go? Hang on. So we got. Okay, with the sun, we don't got. With the moon, we got one square, two squares, three squares, three squares. And then we got four squares. I mean, I could count it in the chart, but I just wanted to see if I can find it here. No, it just, okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, shit. I was in Saturn, right? Let's see. 8. Okay, that's Uranus. 8. Let's see. Um, okay, Pluto, 9. Okay, so we have 9 squares. That's a whole lot of squares, let me tell you. Where did it go? Um, there we go. So there's 9 squares for that event. That's a lot. That is a lot of freaking squares. Like I said, they're all angling this way, diagonaling, angling, everywhere. They're squaring off. It's like Aquarius is squaring Scorpio. Aquarius is squaring, but it's not really the signs, but they're like in these planets which matter, which is Pluto. It's squaring. Where did it go? It's squaring Pluto, squaring Libra in Zeus, right? And then it's and then we have Saturn squaring all of Taurus. Uranus, the North Node, and Mars, and then they're opposing here. They're just it's just and then Taurus is squaring Leo in the 10th house of status here in Mercury. Mars, yeah, Mars, Mercury. I mean, that's not so bad. It's a square, but it's not so bad because that's about communication and stuff, and people, maybe arguing. So there's going to be some arguments or communication, something about status and something about relationships. I don't know. It looks too corrupt. It really does. But anyway, I just want to. I don't want to. I know they're marketing it and they're doing everything they can for people to go there. And I'm not trying to, I personally, intuitively, I wouldn't go. It looks too, especially right now with Scorpio on the South Node, which means a lot of things from the past are. This is why it seems so dark, because Scorpio, it is a dark sign. It does rule addictions, obsessions, okay, sex, um, all of it. And this is not talking bad about Scorpio. This is not, because I have Scorpio in my chart too. In asteroids and stuff, and I have it in part of fortune. And so, and Pallas Athena. So the thing is that I'm not talking bad about the sign Scorpio. I'm talking about the energy of the Scorpio. Okay, we know what it is, right? It rules sex. It rules corruption. It's the same thing. It's ruled by Pluto. Pluto is ruled by corruption as well. And we got Capricorn in there. What does Capricorn rule? It rules control, right? It rules like devil energy, just manipulation, all of that stuff. So I just be careful if you're women and you're going out there and I do not want to hear like the next day this happened over there and this, which we might hear. A lot of things are going to be happening in social media. A lot of people are going to be talking and taking it to social media and saying, oh, well, taking a selfie and here and there. Or who knows, maybe they might be talking about bad things that have been happening or that happened that day. So I'm just doing this video because I just feel that it's my responsibility, that if I know something like this, I would not. I was thinking like, no, I'm not going to do it. You know what I mean? And then I just said, no, you know what? I'm just going to put it out there, and whoever wants to take my advice can take it. Whoever doesn't want to take it, they don't have to. But at least I can say I did my job, you know what I mean? And I put it out there. And there's too many squares. There's 9 squares. That's a lot. If you have like 2 or 3 or 4 squares, then that's all right. But once 9 squares, and what is 9? 9 rules countries. Colombians, right? I don't know. We're just living in dark times right now. It's not like before. Before, I've been to the Colombian festival and I had so much fun, but it was in a time when it was not so dark. Okay, it was when was it? Was it 2013? I think it was 2013. I don't actually remember what year it was, but I had a lot of fun. I had a blast. It was my first time going there, and I went with my friend, and they were marketing. We were just gonna go there and have fun and stuff, and dance and stuff like that. And those were light days. It wasn't dark like right now. Right now it's really dark. Okay, so anyway, I hope you guys are safe, and just take care of yourself. Because I don't know. Another thing that I know the COVID is leaving and stuff like that, the pandemic, but who knows? Maybe you'll catch something. Because I'm looking at like 12th house, 8th house diseases as well. Um, you know, it could be that too. So just practice your hygiene, and if you see something that's filthy or dirty, just don't go there. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a great time, and I am out of here. Bye.